Greetings, Japan fans. Today's show, we're going to look at common enemies. Maishu, arigatou gozaimasu, and welcome back to the 10th year of the Leadership Japan series. And I'm your host in Tokyo, Dr. Greg Story, Dale Carnegie Tokyo franchise owner, president of Dale Carnegie Tokyo Training, and the three-time best-selling author of Japan Sales Mastery, which is Zaegyo in Japanese, Japan Business Mastery, and Japan Presentations Mastery. And my new book, Stop Wasting Money on Training, in Japanese, Training de okane o muda ni suru no wa yamemashou, is now available on Amazon. This podcast brings insights, examples, and experience about leading in Japan, and trust me, it is different here. Don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast with your family, friends, and colleagues. We are not being sponsored by Libsyn, but we value your privacy, which is why we have our podcast hosted by Libsyn, who, unlike many other podcast hosts, have a strict policy that does not allow access to your private information by anyone. Here is our daily podcast lineup on iTunes. Mondays, the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show. Tuesdays, the Presentations Japan series. Every second Tuesday, the Business Tatsujin no Oshie Show. Wednesdays, the Sales Japan series. Thursdays, the Leadership Japan series. And every second Thursday, the Business Pro Podcast Show. Fridays, the Japan Business Mastery Show. And Saturdays, Japan's top business interviews. Before we get going, today's handy Japanese phrase is kawaiso. Kawaiso. Give an example. My wife was planning to go to Kyoto tomorrow with her friend, see a big exhibition down there being held in one of the temples, loves going to Kyoto. Typhoon number 14 is making that impossible, so she can't go. So I would say to her, kawaiso, what a shame, kawaiso, oh, that's a pity, kawaiso, oh, wow, what a bad luck that was, kawaiso, kawaiso, kawaiso. So this is episode number 483, and today we are talking about, as a leader, welcome common enemies. I've talked before about the loneliness of the leader. This is often felt most strongly when facing difficulties. The entrepreneur in particular owns the company, has all of the responsibility on their shoulders, and feels the weight of that burden. I'm reminded of the ship's captain in the age of sail. They bore the responsibility for the safe delivery of the cargo and passengers to the destination, dealing with bad weather and even worse, pirates. The modern firm captain has responsibility for the livelihoods of their staff and families. If we get it wrong, we can bankrupt the company or see us taken over by an entity who fires everyone and strips the firm of the goodies. We face many tribulations of late, especially a global pandemic, the scale of which we haven't seen since the Spanish flu in 1918. I certainly wasn't around then, so have zero experience of insight in how to deal with the disruptions. In other words, no smart answers for the challenges being thrown at us. The years of COVID have seen long-established companies close in certain industries, especially those most affected by the ramifications of lockdowns, government restrictions on trading, severe drop-offs in client purchases, and supply chain issues. This has thrown up some M&A activity where the strong devour the weak. You may be a survivor, but now you are faced with well-funded, powerful competitors. We can see this as a threat and can start losing sleep over erosion of our client base or market share. We can also see it as a rallying cry to the troops to repel all borders. Often in big companies, the enemy is that division over there rather than an outside competitor. I've experienced this myself. Ambitious people eye your patch and decide they should be running it instead of you. Before you know it, they start getting their elbows out, trying to sweep the main deck like a pirate takeover. This is highly destructive behavior, and in well-run companies is squashed early before any momentum is generated. In smaller companies, the team can become gripped with fear about their futures as a powerful rival starts to try and eat everyone's lunch. As a leader, there isn't that much you can do about rivals' advertising, blitzes, or attempts at price destruction. We usually will have limited financial reserves to go head-to-head with a rival who is flooding the market with advertising. We don't want to get into a price war either, as that is a race to the bottom. It seems they can always outlast us when it comes to absorbing the pain. We need to accentuate the value offering to differentiate what we are doing from the others. This usually means a change in the product lineup or the way we package that lineup. As with most things in Japan, adjusting to change of any sort isn't a strong suit of Japanese teams. Find out more when we come back from the break. Our show today is brought to you by our public programs, but we also do custom-made in-house classes. Now, we do them in our super safe classroom, we do them live online, and we do them in Japanese, and we do them in English. Show today is being brought to you by, on the 14th of October, Winning with Relationship Selling. You can't build trust without building a relationship. That's it. Nothing more complex than that. You have to build trust through building the relationship. Otherwise, why on earth would they learn to trust you? Why would they want you to be their trusted advisor? Why would they want you working hard to help their company succeed if there wasn't a feeling of a relationship there? We talk about sitting on the same side of the table as the buyer to try and see things their way and work out how we can help them hit their goals, how they can be successful. Well, that's a relationship build right there. And this program, Winning with Relationship Selling, means how to learn all the techniques of selling, but additionally to learn how to become that trusted advisor for the buyer and their firm. On the 20th of October, Dale Carnegie course, very good program. You know, there's always stress in business. Often, though, we don't know how to deal with it. We're just putting up with it. So we're actually underperforming. Okay, we're going through the motions at a job, but we can't concentrate. Our brain is being drawn away from the work to a worry we've got, some concern we have. It's monopolizing our mental power. We're going to a brain fog because we're confused about what to do. This program has an excellent portion of it which deals with how to deal with your stress. Very, very good. Also, teach you how to be persuasive. Lots of chances to learn how to be persuasive, lots of chances to present, lots of chances to practice your communication skills, your leadership skills, and your people skills. People skills, so critical. And also, let's get out of that comfort zone we've all locked ourselves into, that tiny little safe zone where there's no expansion possibility to step up in our careers and step forward in our businesses. You want to go forward, well, you've got to step out of that little box you're in. Take some risks, step up, try things, experiment, see what works. Test. All of these things means you've got to come out of the comfort zone. So this course is excellent for doing that. On the 2nd of November, we do a high-impact presentations program. 2 instructors, everything videoed, massive coaching. Main modules over 2 days, massive coaching. Individual, one-on-one coaching continuously for 2 days. Unmatched, unrivaled, unparalleled, unbeatable. This is the program for people who want to have persuasion power. And trust me, if you're in business, you want to have persuasion power, or you are kidding yourself. This is the vital skill. You've got to have this. Otherwise, how can you be successful? You won't be. You'll see others be successful and wondering what's happening to you. Answer, simple. They got the persuasion power and you got naught. Our website is www.dale, D-A-L-E hyphen Carnegie, C-A-R-N-E-G-I-E .co.jp. You can email me at greg.story@dalecarnegie.com. If you like learning by watching videos, then we have over 1,000 for you there at Tokyo, Japan, Dale Carnegie TV on YouTube. Get my best-selling books, Japan Sales Mastery, the Bible for Selling in Japan, and Japan Business Mastery, as well as my new book, Japan Presentations Mastery. We release 3 TV shows every week on YouTube. The Cutting Edge Japan Business Show, that's a premier business show in Japan, comes out Mondays. Fridays, we have Japan Business Mastery Show. Saturdays, Japan's top business interviews, where I interview leaders in Japan from SMEs all the way up to the corporate captains of industry on one topic, leading in Japan. Every second Thursday, we release the Business Pro Television. Don't forget, you can email me at greg.story@dalecarnegie.com. Welcome back. In order to marshal support for the changes, we need to employ the rival to help us. There is a balance between making the most of the threat without pushing people into a panic, and we have to tread that line very scrupulously. Tough times demand tough changes, and we need to convince the team that changes are needed, and this is the way to defeat the rival. The prospect of the competitor beating us in the market is against the grain for everyone in the team. And we need to accentuate the pride they feel in what they are doing and how they take care of the clients. We always refer back to the why of what we are doing. This is an incredibly important component of the culture build in the team. And in tough times, we have to make this why our North Star to guide us forward. If we believe our why is stronger than the rival, we will take confidence in what we are doing, and that confidence will be felt by the clients. Fearful salespeople, in particular, can be smelt by the buyers as they sense the desperation, and then they start to doubt the stability of your company. As the leader, despite all of the pressure we feel, and no matter how bad things look, we have to seize every tool available to us. Accentuating the why within the team and setting up the rival to be defeated are both important means of getting support from the troops. Spreading the concerns the leader feels across the team is a tricky calculation. Too much gloom and people give up. Too little and there will not be enough sense of urgency and camaraderie. Increasing the intensity gradually rather than a big bang approach would be a better idea. If the leader goes too hard, too fast, then that can be destabilizing, whereas a gradual ramping up of the concern factor is more easily digestible by everyone as they gird their loins for the fight. The key thing is to see the rival as an aid to greater teamwork and commitment rather than a destructive force sweeping all before it. Sometimes we can feel overwhelmed by all of the personal doubts and fears we have and which we keep to ourselves. In this sense, we can forget we have team members who are there to support and to fight shoulder to shoulder with us. We don't have to do it all by ourselves, but we must lead with a strong conviction of success. Our very essence, our key, has to be communicating that positivity to everyone. Thank you for joining the Leadership Japan series. If you found the program useful, then share it with your family, friends, and colleagues. Don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast. Take what you found valuable, immediately put it into action, because idea application is what makes winners winners. Be one of them. Remember, I'm your corporate coaching and training guy in your corner, committed to your success here in Nippon.